Thanks for tuning into the channel. So today we're going to be talking about Toro for 2025. Is it worth it? Right. On this one, I'm just going to basically give a rundown on my opinion on Toro, on side hustles and things like that. But if you are thinking about doing Toro and you're not sure the things to use, like lock boxes, no smoking sticker, cleaning products, things like that for your vehicle, in the description box, what I did, I put a link there of everything that I use. So you can go ahead, click on it, see some of the things I use, and see if you think they work out for you. They work out well for me. And so far, I've been successful on the platform with those things on there. So I think they may be helpful. So don't forget to check them out. Now, let's get into it, right? It's a new year. We're in 2025, new president. So we had some changes for 2025, and some of you are probably thinking, hey, what can I do to make more money? Because it's important. Life's expensive. You have a family, maybe a new, maybe you're growing your family. Maybe you want to upgrade your car, buy a bigger house, or get a first house, whatever it may be. And all these things are going to require money, and they're going to require effort, and they're going to require work. And my opinion is no matter what you decide to do, it could be Toro, it could be another side hustle, whatever business you're thinking about. And if you could think about it, anything that you could think about, it could be, like Toro host, it could be about, dog walking business, it could be a food truck, a storefront restaurant, whatever it may be. There's people that succeeded and there's people that failed. And you may wonder, well, why did someone succeed and why did someone fail? Luck is part of it. You definitely need some luck, but also it's going to be the dedication and your work ethic. And at least in my experience from people that I'm around at work, friends, acquaintances, people I talk to, a lot of people, they're just too comfortable. A lot of people are like, I'm not willing to work past 5. I'm not willing to work on weekends. I'm not willing to do this. Yet they want more, right? They'll say, I want more time to spend with my kids. I want a new car. I want this. I want that. Whatever it may be. It may be materialistic. It may not be that. It may just be that you want to spend more time doing the things that you like. It may be that you want to spend more time with your kids, like I said earlier. It might be that you want to go to church more, you want to volunteer more, whatever it may be. But all those things we're going to require money, right? You're going to need some type of income to be able to follow those passions or to obtain more materialistic things. So you got to be willing to work. If you're not willing to work and you're too comfortable and you're not willing to roll up your sleeves, you're probably not going to experience much success. Now, I'm sure some people say, oh, I know someone that didn't work hard and they have a ton of success. That's rare and that's not likely. And at least for me, I've never run across that. So I go based on my experiences, and I haven't seen that. I've seen people reach a lot of success in different ways and obtain the things that they wanted, no matter if it was materialistic or maybe just doing more of the things that mattered to them, and it was through hard work. So if you're thinking about doing Toro for 2025, can you be successful? Absolutely. It depends on you. But there are Toro hosts on Toro that succeeded, and there's Toro hosts on there that have not succeeded. And it's because of, in my opinion, the time they put into it. If you're gonna go on Toro and you have no time to detail the car, to if you decide to do deliveries, to do the deliveries or drop the car off, if you're not gonna go on there and constantly change prices, if you decide to grow, you're not gonna spend time searching for the best deal on the car at different dealerships or however you decide you're going to get that car, if it's through a third party, right? All these things are going to take a lot of time because if you're buying a car for Toro or you decide to grow your fleet, it matters so much to get a good deal. So you would have to spend time figuring out what's a good deal, what's the right car, how much should you be paying, what's going to so if you're going to spend time on Toro and you just want it to be passive, like a lot of these YouTube videos out there say, hey, this could be a passive way and you can make 5, 10,000. These crazy numbers, a lot of times they're scams. They're just trying to sell you a course and they're just trying to make money off the internet. Now, yes, I'm making a YouTube video and people do this to make money, but I'm also being honest with you that you can't just expect to be successful and put no time into it. So one of the biggest takeaways hopefully you get from this video, if you are thinking about trying Toro for 2025, you're going to need to spend a lot of time on Toro with editing prices, checking your competitors, learning your area, seeing what cars are good for your area. Because there's some areas like down south in Miami, you may do a lot better with higher end cars. And there's going to be areas, depending where you live in, you may do a lot better with economy cars or minivans. So you got to learn your area. That's going to matter. You got to figure out, are you going to do deliveries or not? That's also going to impact your bookings. Because, for example, I live by an airport, and the majority of my bookings come from people flying. To be honest, like almost everything that I get is just from the airport. And that's how I prefer it. You may not want that. You may not live by an airport, but that's how I do it because I live by an airport. And the majority now, once in a blue moon, I'll get someone local and they'll book a car for me. And but that's not really where, if I just focused on my locals, at least for me, I wouldn't be doing tour. I would be done, right? I'd be done. I'd make no money because I barely get bookings from them. And the times I do, it's either they're going out of town or their car's in the shop. But the majority of people that are flying in, I got people are flying in all the time, and they're here for business. They're here for enjoyment with their family, to go to theme parks, etc. So I just get a lot of bookings. So I basically structured it just to focus on airport. Where you live, that may be the same situation. You might say, I've gotten comments like that where they're like, hey, I live by the airport. Well, maybe where you live, that's perfect. Maybe you need to focus your Toro business at the airport and then constantly be checking your prices and seeing what car will be best for where you live. And you're going to probably have a good chance of being successful. Because a lot of people ask, oh, can you really make money on tour? Of course you can make money. You can make money doing anything. It just depends on you. People don't do businesses to lose money. Some people succeed and some people don't. It depends how much effort they're putting into it. Did they have any luck? But really, how much effort did they put into it? And when they faced obstacles, what did you do? Like some of the obstacles I faced in the beginning was, what car do I get? What price do I put to be profitable but still competitive? Because you are competing against a lot of people. So those are the things. Remember, learn your area, see how you want to do it. Do you want to do deliveries? What cars do you think will do well in your area? And your area might be economy, it might be minivans, it might be high end, right? You got to learn your area. So those are just some things that you should think if you're going to be starting Toro in 2025 is learning, where you live. Think about what type of people are usually coming. Is it, people coming for vacation? Is it more people doing business? What is it that attracts people to where you live? What type of car you think will fit their needs? Go on Toro on the website, check on that car, see how it's doing. One of the biggest tips I can give when you are on the Toro website, there's a calendar. Check that calendar. You'll see lines across the number. Those lines across the number could indicate or how much that car is getting booked. Now, it's not foolproof because sometimes if you're a host, you can block off your car and there'll be a line there and it's not a booking. It just means the car is not available. But usually what I do is I look at the person's profile, I check the comments. If I see that the comments are recent, and I see a lot of lines on that calendar. If they have recent comments and I can see by the comments that they're active, and I'm gonna take a guess that that car is booked, and I'm also gonna look at multiple profiles to see if I'm seeing others have a lot of lines on that same car. And if I'm seeing, like, for example, let's say a Toyota Corolla, that's a common car, and there's probably going to be a lot of people with that car in your area. So check their profiles. Look at the comments. Are they getting recent comments? Are they getting a lot of comments? How's their calendar looking? Looking at different profiles. If you see that there's a lot of lines and they have a lot of comments and there's a little thing that says trips and you see the trip number pretty high, that's a good indicator that that car in your area does well. Okay. But what you're going to have to do, you go also on those profiles and you check the prices because you're going to change the price constantly. But if you're changing the price constantly to stay competitive, that'd be a good opportunity for you to continue to get bookings. But you need to do the math to know, like, okay, this is going to cover my payment. This is how I'm going to make a profit. I need to at least book the car no lower than $40 a day. And you're going to determine that number by seeing what people are booking at, seeing what the cost is for you. And that's how you're going to come up with your numbers. And there's going to be times and weekends and stuff like that that you can book it higher. And you're going to learn that by seeing other people's profiles, like summertime, spring break, holidays, things like that. Usually you can rent higher, even weekends. So keep that in mind. But constantly go on the profile is my biggest tip. Also know that Toro's always changing. So some of you that may be watching this that are hosts, but you want to see what other hosts are doing. You'll know that if you've been on the platform for a while, changes have been happening all the time, especially if you do airports, right? So not too long ago, Toro decided like, hey, you can no longer charge the guests for parking. Before you can offer free delivery, or even if you didn't do free delivery, you could charge the guest for parking. And they said, no, you can't do that anymore. So for me, that does almost all my business at the airport, that impacted me, right? And I had to figure out, what do I do? So to be able to stay on the platform and be successful and cover my expenses and make a profit, I said, I'm going to have to charge the delivery. I have no other choice. I can't just do free delivery. And I can no longer offer 1 days, because if I did free delivery and did a 1 day on an economy car, let's say for $45, it's just the parking fee is $20. And when they go out, when they come back in, that's $40. I wouldn't make any money, right? I just gave out the car for free. That would make no sense. And my time and energy doing that would be for free. So I can't do that, right? And the reason I bring this in, and the reason why it's relevant, is because these are things that you're going to face. Like, you can join Turo and try it out in 2025. Just know that it's likely that maybe in 2025, or maybe in 2026 or 27, who knows, but changes will happen. It may not happen in 25. It may not happen in 26, but most likely in some, and we don't know when, but in some time, Toro will probably do changes. Sometimes the changes could be a great benefit to us hosts. Sometimes the changes are not really that benefit, but you got to figure out how to work around it. And that applies to anywhere, right? Even in the workplace, if you work for a big company, even a small company, changes happen. The owner, shareholders, the supervisor, whoever, sometimes they make changes. And sometimes the changes are great, or we think they're great. Sometimes the changes are not so great, but we have to work around them. And I mean, you got to work with the change basically, but still figure out how to be successful. So one thing I will say is, you can be successful, in my opinion, in Toro in 2025. Why? Because I'm on Toro. I've been successful, but it's going to take a lot of your time. You're going to constantly need to be checking the page to see the other individuals with your car, to stay competitive with pricing, and you need to do your research when you're buying your car, or the car that you're putting on there, to make sure you can cover the expense of that vehicle. Also, be aware that changes are likely to happen some point in time. So if you join in 25, or you're already on there and you like how things are now, know they could change. So you got to adapt to that and figure out how to be successful. I think if you're willing for 2025, start Toro. You're willing to spend time cleaning the car, writing to guests, checking constantly Toro to see that you're being competitive, and you're willing to do research when you're buying the car, to do the math and things like that, you have a good chance of being successful on there. And just keeping in mind that changes are likely to come, but you're okay with that. And you're willing to, when change comes your way, try to figure out a way to be successful, so you have realistic expectations with this. I think you're going to be you're going into something with a good mindset of probably being successful. Because if you're just going in there saying, hey, I'm just going to put a car on there, I'm not going to really pay much attention, I'm just going to get a check every time it comes back, or deposit in my bank account, you're not going to make money on it. And I probably wouldn't suggest you doing it. But hopefully you found the videos helpful. If you did, don't forget to smash the like button. Very important. Leave some comments down below. Ask me questions. Are you thinking about joining Toro? Are you already on Toro? Are you having difficulties on Toro? Maybe I can help. If you like me to make a video replying back to your question, I could do that, or I could just answer it for you. But if you want me to make a video on it, let me know, because I don't mind doing that. I've done that for some people and they really liked it. So definitely don't be shy. Ask away. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. See you on the next one.